Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host, Armani Talks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're entering the world of social skills, and we're going to be talking about negotiating. We're not going to be talking about the old school model of negotiating, which was pretty much who can drive the hardest bargain. Instead, we're going to be focusing on the new school paradigm of negotiating, which is what I call creating win-win deals. Now, before you laugh something like that off, you're like, win-win deals? What's this guy, living in Fantasyland? I want to ask you a simple question real quick. What is this? I'm sure you can tell what it is. It's a $20 bill. And what exactly is it? It's money. But if I were to ask you this question again, what exactly is it? Is a piece of paper with a bunch of symbols on it. It's truly a piece of paper. However, it holds value because there's an idea in regards to it. And it's not only an idea that I believe, it's an idea that multiple other people believe. Therefore, this piece of paper suddenly has a bunch of value to it. Before money, there was a concept known as bartering. And bartering was basically if I had something and I wanted something of yours and you wanted something that I had, we just trade. For example, let's say there's one guy that has a bunch of yams and there's another guy that has a bunch of tomatoes. The tomato guy wants yams, the yams guy wants tomatoes. They can easily just make that trade. This becomes difficult as a society begins to scale, and that's why eventually we needed to agree more on certain things, and that's when this piece of paper started to build value. You want to know something? I've noticed as of late, numbers are not really this anymore. Now, money for a lot of the new generation people, they don't really see cash as much as they used to see. Instead, they simply see numbers on a screen. Instead, nowadays, a lot of the times they're going to these shops, they can connect their card to the shop beforehand. So once they go to the shop, they can just pick out the items that they want, and they never even have to pull their cards out of their wallet. So money is just disappearing before our very eyes. And nowadays, what I see more often is bartering coming back into reality. Now, you may be thinking, okay, wait a minute. In the beginning of this video, you said that you were going to be talking about negotiating. You said you were going to be talking about creating win-win deals. And here you are talking about money and bartering. What gives? Here's the cheat code to creating win-win deals. You need to barter. And what that means is you need to look beyond the money and you need to find someone else's yams and tomatoes. By doing this, it becomes easier to construct a deal where both parties win. That's the future. And let me give you an example. I went to school for engineering. I love a lot of parts of engineering, but every now and then I run into certain stuff that I don't like. One of the things that I don't like is dealing with the website. I mean, there's such low-level details that you need to get involved in, such manual labor. I hate doing that kind of stuff. You know what I really love to do? I love to create these videos. I love to create talks. I love to build ideas. That's what I enjoy doing. But here's the thing. I know this one guy in Tampa who's the exact opposite of me. Whenever there's some sort of creative act that he has to do, let's say building a speech, he has no clue what to do. But when it comes to websites, he knows exactly what to do. He loves all those little digital stuff and everything like that. So here's what one day happened. I had this hack that happened on my website and I didn't know what to do. And around the same time, this guy had to create a speech for his company. That's when I decided, hey, let's do a little bit of bartering. How about this, man? I will help you create your speech if you can debug whatever's going on with my website and fix it. And he's like, you'll really do that for me? And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, you'll really do that for me? That's how you know you have a win-win deal. When secretly, the internal dialogue is this person really doing this for me? Now, here's another thing that we need to understand. This sort of paradigm shift is not going to be easy because for the longest time, the word negotiation was viewed in a similar light as assertiveness. Whenever someone thinks of assertiveness, they're like, oh, whoa, this guy is aggressive. But assertiveness and aggressiveness are not two of the same thing. Assertiveness is standing up for the truth, and aggressiveness is being hostile for no reason. But due to incorrect perceptions, we confused the two, which made us jaded regarding assertiveness. Likewise with negotiation, for the longest time, people thought negotiating is driving hard bargains. It means who could talk in a more powerful way in order to get a leg up on the other person. That is an outdated model. In this era, so much more people are connected. And with so much more people connected, these individuals, from the highest to the lowest, have more options than ever. Sure, you can do the hard bargain strategy. It may work in some industries, but here's what's happening. This is a way to win the battle and lose the war. Because if this other person feels like they got the short end of the stick, they may let you win temporarily because let's say you were the better communicator, but they're going to marinate on the idea of how they were screwed over. And as more time goes on by, they're going to go into their DMs, they're going to entertain their other options, their other opportunities, and eventually, one day, they're going to blindside you and say that the deal is off. That's the old school model. So to be strategic is to be a long-term thinker. And to be a long-term thinker is to not just look out for yourself, but to look out for the other person as well. Eliminate the money, eliminate the paper with the bills on it, and get back to the roots. Barter with these individuals, and it will become much easier to create win-win deals. One of those deals where you walk away and you think, whoa, I can't believe that just happened. And the other person also thinks, whoa, I really can't believe that just happened. If you enjoyed this idea in regards to win-win deals and you want to learn more about negotiation, the Armani method, be sure to check out my class on Skillshare on negotiation for dummies. In this class, you will learn more about the negotiation framework for creating win-win deals. You will learn the mindset regarding viewing life as one big negotiation. Around the end of the class, you'll be given a final project to test your negotiation prowess, along with plenty of other cool topics. Check out the Negotiation for Dummies class in the description box and the pinned comment right on below. And thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel.